Do you love me?
Of course, you're one of a kind.
How much do you love me?
Some things just aren't quantifiable.
This is how it feels like to be loved by a cardboard or a machine. In this video, we will be going to unbox and set up Google AIY VoiceKit. Before starting, let me introduce to the sponsor of this video. Gravity Link is the sponsor of this video, which are the official partners of the Google AIY products. Apart from AIY products, they have much more to offer, such as Coral products. You can find the link to their store in the description. They sent me Google AIY Voice Kit and Vision Kit. We will unbox Vision Kit in the next video, and you will be able to find the link of that video in the description. Or perhaps subscribe and press the bell icon so you will get a notification. For those who are wondering what is AIY Voice Kit, the AIY Voice Kit from Google lets you build your own natural language processor and connect it to the Google Assistant or Cloud Speech to Text service, allowing you to ask questions and issue voice commands to your programs. All of this fits in a handy little cardboard cube powered by a Raspberry Pi. Everything you need is provided in the kit, including the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so now let's open the Google AIY Voice Kit and see what's inside the box. We have a micro USB cable which is important for powering our assistant. Then we have a user manual and the detailed instructions are available at the Google AIY website. I will put the link in the description. Then we have some miscellaneous items or mechanical hardware, button nut, standoffs and a 8 GB class 10 SD card which is pre-booted. If it is not, you can download the latest Google AIY build which is based on Raspbian from the website. I will give the link in the description. Then we have cardboards, two of them, one for speakers and another for the outer body. Then we have a speaker, big enough to play music and dance. Then we have a button which is integrated with RGB lights and your assistant will be activated by pressing this button. It has 6 terminals, 2 of them are power, that is 5V and ground, 1 of them is for digital input and 3 of them are for RGB. Then we have a voice bonnet which can be connected on the Pi GPIOs and have a built-in mic. Our speaker and button will be connected to the same bonnet. Then we have Raspberry Pi Zero, which is not the most powerful Raspberry Pi, but surely the smallest of all Raspberry Pi versions, and this will be enough for our assistant. Last but not the least, we have a connector for the button, of which one side will be connected to buttons and the other to the voice bonnet. Let's build the kit now. We will start with the making of cardboards. We will first fold the speaker cardboard. So we will start by orienting the frame, then folding the long flap. After that fold left and right flap, followed by folding bottom flap. Then align the bottom and in the end insert the notches. Then we will take out our Raspberry Pi, voice bonnet and standoffs. We will put standoffs in Raspberry Pi. and then put the voice bonnet on the GPIOs of the Raspberry Pi. After that, using our screwdriver, we will loosen the bottom screws of the voice bonnet screw terminals to connect our speaker. The red wire will go to the last, whereas the black will go to the second last from bottom. Then we will tighten the screws. And make sure the wires are secure. Now we will add the boards to the frame. And we will insert speakers. After that, we will fold the outer cardboard. There are alphabets on that. Fold them accordingly in sequence. Please check the alignment before putting the speakers and boards in the box. And then check the alignment of aux, USB and SD card adapter. They must be aligned with the space given. Then take out the push button and its connector wires. Put the push button in the hole given above the box. And tight it with the button nut. Align the terminals in a way that 4 terminals should be on the top side. It look good now. Let's connect it with voice bonnet. The top right will be connected to red wire and top left will be connected to blue wire. Second row left will be connected to gray wire. And right with the black. And the last row left will connect to red and right to the orange wires. They look similar to me, maybe I am colorblind. Make sure you connected them right. Find the 8-pin connector and put the other side of the connector on that. With the speaker facing away from you, plug the black wire into the top right wire plug the blue wire into the top left slot. Double check to make sure this is correct. If your SD card is not booted, boot it now. Download the image file given in the description and check my video on how to boot Raspberry Pi. I am using pre-booted SD card, which comes with this kit. Insert the SD card. Connect your micro USB cable to 5V 2A adapter and plug it in the AIY Assistant. Then on your Android, install the Google AIY Projects app. After installing, open it. Select VoiceKit and follow the instructions as shown. After turning on Bluetooth, press the button of your assistant for 5 seconds and it will appear in your Android. Connect to that and then add Wi-Fi to your assistant by selecting the Wi-Fi and entering password. It will give you an IP address. Copy that. We will use that to SSH to our Pi. If you are using Windows, install PuTTY so we can SSH, or if you are on Mac, you can use your terminal to SSH. Paste the IP address you copied or right here and click on Open. It will ask you username and password. Enter Pi as username and Raspberry as password and hit enter. Then write sudo rasbi-config to open Raspberry Pi configuration and then go to interfacing option and then enable VNC. Then close PuTTY and open VNC viewer. If you don't have that, you can download it and go to File and New Connection and then enter the IP address of your Raspberry Pi and it will ask you the username and password again. Enter that. Now you can see the Pi screen. Now let's set up Google Assistant API. The first thing is open Chrome and go to console.cloud.google.com. Log in with your Google account and then create a new project. Name it and hit create. Then select your project and go in API and services and then in library and enable Google Assistant API. Then again go back in API and services and click on credentials. Click on create credentials and select help me choose. Select Google Assistant API. Select other UI and user data and click on what credentials do I need. Select external user type and create. Then fill the form, application name, logo, etc. You do not need to fill whole form. Click Save. Click on Credentials again and create new credentials and this time with OAuth client ID. Select Desktop app and hit Create. Close this dialog box and download the JSON file. Open it and copy its content. We will need it in Raspberry Pi. Now go back to Pi and let's first test our mic
Front,
and speaker.
center.
Testing 1 2 3.
Testing 1 2 3.
If it works fine, open an editor and save content in assistant.json file. And then copy that file to root folder. After that, navigate to examples and start assistant code by typing sudo python3 assistant _grpc _demo.py. And for the first time, it will give you a link and you have to register your device. And you will see press a button to say anything and your assistant will respond when you will press a button and say anything. Let's test. What do you think about Amazon Alexa?
Alexa has such a soothing voice. I like it.
And what do you think about Cortana?
She seems nice.
What do you think about Siri?
Siri has a nice name.
And what do you think about me?
This is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. I think you're extremely cool.
Now, let's see how you can change the language of your assistant. In order to do so, you will have to change the Pi language. By going into Raspberry Pi configuration, let's choose Hindi and then reboot. And rerun the program. Now let's have some fun with Google Assistant in Hindi. Namaste.
नमस्ते। दोपहर के 2:08 बजे हैं। इस समय कराची में तापमान 32 है। धुंध की संभावना है। आज अधिकतम तापमान 33 और न्यूनतम तापमान 28 के अनुमान के साथ थोड़े बादल छाए रहेंगे। मौजूदा नमी के कारण ऐसा लग रहा है कि तापमान 40 है। आपका दिन बढ़िया रहे। माफ करें, इस डिवाइस पर खबरें चलाने की सुविधा अभी उपलब्ध नहीं है।
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe High Voltages for more such videos, and don't forget to check Gravity Link Store.